because when journalism succeeds, we all do.
Hello. Hello. Is that working? Okay, so we are about to start, and yeah, we are closing the door. And yeah, a warm welcome to Quiztime. Oh, the presentation is not on yet. You can already turn it on. It's fine. So yeah, we are really happy to have you all here. This is going to be a special session because it's less talking, it's more doing, and more doing on your side. And at the beginning we thought, oh, Saturday, 6 p.m., everyone will be tired, and then we are doing something interactive, and let's see if there are still people around here, and it is. But it's also a good spot because you might have heard a lot of great panels, that for sure, but also about open source investigation, also about how to equip journalists to deal and to fight mis and disinformation, and also a lot about media literacy. And all of this combined you will find today here at Quiztime. So my name is Julia. I'm working as a freelance journalist, trainer, and innovation manager, mostly for the international podcaster from Germany called Deutsche Welle. And I'm hosting this session with my colleague and friend, Tilman.
Hi, my name's Tilman. For all of you who don't know me yet, I'm also a social media and verification trainer, but also an innovation manager at DW at Deutsche Welle, and I work together with Julia on different projects. And well, quiz time.
Yeah. So, what is quiz time about? Okay, you click, I talk. Thanks. So, quiz time is about little quizzes to hone and strengthen your verification skills on your own or in collaboration with the team. So what kind of quizzes are we actually doing, like challenging you? So we try to reflect the real world of verification. Yeah? So all the tasks you are challenging with when you are like in real time verifying user-generated content, we are trying to do that in our quizzes in a fun way. So for example, geolocation is a big part when it comes to verification, so also geolocation are a lot of quizzes about on quiz time. Sometimes it's so easy like this one, just a simple question. Sometimes it's more tricky and you have to read between the lines when you see the second example from Sector 035. And we also try to make you thinking out of the box. So we are combining geolocation with something else, what Christian is doing here. But we are not only focusing on geolocation, so we are also trying to reflect and deal with new topics, or like, not new, but like really thinking in another way and searching for databases when you have a challenge like this. Okay, what kind of newspaper and on which day was this published? But we also have, thanks to Mark, a lot of audio quizzes. So those of you who attended the deepfakes sessions in the morning, so audio verification is a big part when it's about debunking deepfakes. So we are also adding this to our quizzes. And last but not least, we promise you today, and also on quiz time, a lot of fun as well. Yeah. So now a little bit in the past, because we are really happy to host the session here in Perugia, because Perugia is also having a role in how this all developed. So I'm doing a little bit about like once upon a time, how it all started. So I already mentioned that I'm a trainer on social media and verification. And yeah, you can already go to the next one. And you might know as well, when you have fun and you're learning something, it's actually the best. So that is also my goal in my training sessions. So over 2.5 years ago, I came up with the idea to create my own challenges, quizzes, to strengthen the verification skills of my students. And I posted that on Twitter, and a lot of people on Twitter were joining it and solving the quizzes before I actually started my training. At the beginning, I was like, damn it. But the second thought was like, oh, cool, that's actually fun. So I continued doing that every Monday. Then I spent actually a good time with Tilman here in Perugia 2 years ago. And we were not only eating a lot of ice cream, Tilman also asked me, can I join you doing the quizzes? Can I have the Wednesday? And I was saying, yeah, of course. And when we have the Monday and the Wednesday, there are still some days open. So I invited and I asked some of the quizzers I already knew from before to join. So now we have a whole schedule. You know already Tilman and me, Monday and Wednesday we are challenging you. On Tuesday, you will get challenged by Lars and Mark, who are journalists working for T-Online News. On Thursday, there's Christian Triebert. You may know he just joined the visual investigation team of the New York Times, and he's challenging you with Sector 035. We are not going to mention his name. He's a real guru when it comes to OSINT technology and investigation. On Friday, we have 3 more journalists from Germany. It's Fiete, it's Philip, and it's Marco. Saturday, we are taking the day off. Sunday, we invite you to challenge the community. Yeah? So you can send us a quiz, and we share it on our bot. So we were thinking, you don't need to follow all of us on Twitter. Yeah? No pressure, you can, but... so we created a Twitter bot, and there you just follow this, and then you won't miss any quiz after. So, yeah. Why should you join Quiztime? 3 key aspects about that. So 1, it's about tools, techniques, and tricks. So like Beata, a journalist from Poland, was saying she could actually also play Sudoku, but that wouldn't give her any additional skills to her journalistic work. So when you join Quiztime, you will find a lot of new tools that are out there. You will even get an idea of like how to verify, because there's not this one path you need to go and then you can verify the picture or the video. So there are different ways. All of you have different expertise, and this is something you will find here, like the way of thinking, what kind of tools you are using. Maybe it's sometimes just luck, it's a gut feeling. So this is something you will get to know when you're joining Quiztime. And then it's also about tricks. So you might be like really into tools, into development, or just an easy trick like this. Christian was like sharing with us, when you add a column or wig behind a picture URL on Twitter, then you can even zoom into a picture on Twitter, which is super helpful when it comes to verification. Or how to download a video on Twitter, for example. Second aspect, it's about collaboration. So collaboration is the key aspect when it comes to verification, and we can offer you a whole network of people sitting all over the world. We now have, that's actually an old screenshot, we have now around 8,200 people following the bot, and you can work with them together. And this is also the good part, we are inviting everyone to join. So you don't need to be a journalist, you don't need to have verification skills. It's like every one of us, like I already mentioned, has some expertise. So, and this is helpful for like verifying something like this. So this was quite a challenging example. At the beginning you would say, what does she actually want from me? Like, oh my God, where to start? And then you share your first thoughts that pop up into your mind, like what Sector is doing here. And then you build on this, you collaborate with the others, you can also invite friends to join. And then you will come to the solution and you find the right spot where I took this photo. So this is what's happening on Quiztime. And then I said 3 things. The last one, it's fun. You have to be careful. it's addictive, and you will have less sleep. I can promise you that, because you can't go to bed when you started to solve one of the quizzes. So he was even trying to hide from he or she, I'm not going to say. He didn't publish the solution, he sent it to me via DM, because he was doing it over his work time. And this is actually good when you are already working in verification. Your employer would be super happy to when you are training your skills. And then the lack of sleep. So that's, I already mentioned it.
Okay. Right, so how does, getting out of a chair is difficult. How does it actually work? As Julia already mentioned, we have our schedule for Monday through Friday. So one of us posts a quiz. There's no specific time per day, even though we sort of have our routines, but it depends on our own workload. And once it's out, everyone's free to retweet it, to share it with people, and invite more people to help solve the quiz. If you think you know the solution, if you're onto something, and you don't want to spoil the fun for others, and we don't want you to spoil the fun for others, we ask you to reply to the tweet either directly via DM, meaning to the person who posted it, or we usually have a sort of spoiler break. We're asking people to reply with their answers below the spoiler break, so that everyone else who's still working on it doesn't see the solution right away. But then, of course, you can also reply to all. We usually mention a few names in the tweet to get started on the collaborative process. Ask questions or propose something. This looks like, I don't know, it's been taken in Italy, and then take it from there. And last but not least, the most important rule is actually that once you've solved it, you explain the way you did it. You explain how you did it, because that's, for all of us, for everyone participating or reading along, is actually the best part, because that's how you learn new tools, new techniques, new ideas, and you learn what to look for in the pictures. And we do this mostly online, but we also do this offline, and that's exactly what we have in mind for you now. And you see these buzzers up there, and you see them right here. What we would like to do now is split you up into 4 groups, because we have a set of quizzes right here, and Julia said this is less talking, more doing. So we need you to split into 4 groups. Each group will get a buzzer. It would be great if each group could have one person with a laptop, because most of the things are easier done on a laptop. And it would be great if you either have a data plan on your phone, or if you really are connected to one of the 2 networks in this room, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that it works. There is besides we're sharing this, but don't tell anyone. There's a speakers network which might be a bit stronger. It helps if those of you who have a data plan and are comfortable using the data plan log out of the Wi-Fi, so that it's there's better connection for the others. And then also, I'm not sure how many of you have expertise in verification. It would be great if you don't all go into one group and the other groups are left without any experts. Right, and once we set you into groups, we'll bring up the quizzes. We have them here on the screen, but we also have a link for you to open, and then Julia will take you through the first one.
Yeah. So you can stand up. We are allowed to move the chairs around. So it would be good to have a similar amount of people in each group. So maybe we are making one group.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Linda has also a laptop, which is good. Marcus,
would you
over there. Together, do you have a laptop? Okay, maybe can you join this group because you have a laptop? So.
Okay. I'm assigning you the blue buzzer.
Okay, you are creating one group, yeah? Oh, you are leaving?
You have an orange book, you get the orange buzzer. Okay. There you go. Oh. I see a green badge, you get the green buzzer. And?
Warte, ganz kurz. So, yeah, you are allowed, can you, Yeah,
Okay.
you can introduce yourself for a second.
Yeah.
You are allowed to talk in a second, but just to let you know, so there is even a prize you can win. Yeah, so, but we will tell you what this is later. So each buzzer doesn't only have a different color, but also a different sound. So Tilman is going to explain to you how we are doing that, and then I will show you the link, and then we will start right away.
Okay, so
You don't have a buzzer.
like I said, we'll be putting the link up on the screen in just a second, and you will then also you will see the quizzes here. But as you will need the images that come with the quizzes, you can open them on your laptops. Oh yes, of course. Then we have each quiz has a certain level of difficulty. So according to the level, we set up a certain time frame. So we time boxing these. We'll have a timer running. As soon as you have an answer, you hit the buzzer. The first group that hits the buzzer basically wins that round, but we're going to let the timer run all the way to the end for everyone else to continue working. Once the timer is up, we would like to ask the group that solved it, or that thinks it's closest to the solution, briefly explain how they did it or what they did, and then we'll move on to the next one, right? And yeah, we'll see how far we get.
Yeah.
Okay?
So we are going to open the link, and please just open the link and don't click forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair play. That's really important on Quiztime.
So it's bit.ly/quiztime with a large Q, IJF in capital letters, and then 2019. But please don't go beyond the first page yet.
So we wait till everyone has this page open. So wait 1 second. So what you see on the first side, there's a link that's guiding you to a tool set you can use. You don't need to. You can take home. You can share it. It's like my verification tool set. Yeah. Only that's. You can already open the link. That's fine, but don't click on the word forward. Or in German, it's weiter. I think it's visible there.
Because I'm going to switch slides.
Okay.
Can you just so we don't want to sure. Click on next.
You can't connect.
No, on next. We don't click on next yet.
No, not yet. You wait.
Has everyone been able to open the link? Yours is open. Yours is open. Marcus, were you able to open the link? Okay. And I'm gonna switch to the slides here.
It's exciting. Hold on 1 second. We have a countdown, yeah, and then you're allowed to click on forward. Okay. So, can you open the time code, please? 3 Minuten. Yeah. So, when this starts counting, then you are allowed to click forward only once. Yeah?
Everyone ready? Here we go. 3 minutes counting. Now.
Go!
Yes.
Extra points when you can tell me the exact geo coordinates,
When you think you're ready,
but
hit
the
buzzer.
perspective is fine.
Guys, keep in mind this is a starting quiz. It shouldn't be too difficult. Don't think too complex. Don't think too complex. This is a starter quiz. Where would you guys look to get a perspective that's similar to this one? It's 1 more minute.
A newspaper is a vital force in a community. But the advertising model that newspapers lived off of for centuries is really, it's not there anymore. The Facebook membership accelerator has allowed us to focus on the value that we're providing to our readers.
No panic.
An opportunity here to tell the story of whatever city that you're in, whatever county that you're in, and make a difference in that community through storytelling.
Today, the journalism industry faces many challenges.
Okay, we give you 1 more minute, yeah?
Our effort to enable journalism to thrive in a digital age. It will enable new models for sustainable journalism, elevate quality journalism, and ensure that technology allows journalists to do their jobs even better. Because when journalism succeeds, we all do.
Okay, we have 1 group, but we still leave you with 40 seconds. Okay, we stop investigating the location because there will be also more challenges coming. So that was kind of the warm up. Okay, so we have 1 group. Huh? We have 1 group that might know the area at least. So group number 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Group number 2.
Julia and Tilman and I are staying in the same Airbnb, and I'm like 90% certain that this is the view from the balcony at sunrise. Can you confirm?
So, yeah, so this is true. That's, yeah. Yay. So it's near the restaurant Ferrari. So you can have a look later, but yeah, I mean, that is an advantage for this group because we are staying together, but that is also what's happening when it comes to verification, right? So local expertise, but also you found it, the exact location. Yeah, so can you all listen? Can you just explain like in 2, not more than 3 sentences how you found out about that?
Yeah, we checked on Google Maps on the roofs, the glass wooden ceilings, where to find them, and yeah, and she got it. She found it on the map.
Yeah, so it's about like looking at the tower in the back, looking at this kind of glass building that are not too many here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I don't make it too easy for you.
All right.
Okay, so we have 1 point for group number 2. Yeah, because they were the fastest. So don't forget to buzz. And now we come to the second challenge.
Okay, everyone ready? Ready for the second challenge? Whoop. It's gonna be another. Sorry, now I just. Yeah, if you hit next, now I'm gonna start the timer, and it's another 3 minutes for that one. And let me just quickly see where the page went. Here it is. Okay, ready? Go. Just looking, checking whether it opened.
Sollen wir hier 3 Minuten?
Today, the journalism industry faces many challenges. So we're introducing the Google News Initiative, our effort to enable journalism to thrive in a digital age. It will enable new models for sustainable journalism, elevate quality journalism, and ensure that technology allows journalists to do their jobs even better. Because when journalism succeeds, we all do.
Okay, I hear a buzzer. You still have 35 seconds. We're not done yet. And I heard 2 more buzzes right before the end. Okay, so the first one was the orange buzzer, team 1 over here. Please give us your solution. Okay. Wait, I'm sorry.
HSBC Holdings is the owner.
Okay.
Is that enough information?
I'm not sure where did you find it? Where is it?
Oh, so we found the building.
She did a reverse Google search, and then we found for the logo, and we found it's an HSBC building in Hong Kong, and then I just Googled it, and I found a picture of, a wider shot of the 3 buildings.
Can you name the other 2 buildings as well? Okay. How did the other group go a similar way? Did it? Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, Hong Kong is correct. The HSBC is correct. The other ones, as you said, would be more Googling, but then you would find it. Good. Sorry? Yeah, I mean, it's the three next to each other. Yeah.
So,
All right, so that's 1 point for group one.
perfect.
Great.
So, we are coming to the challenge number 3. So, it's again 3 minutes. You can be probably faster in solving it. So, you can click on Avanti and off you go. Oh, but you solved
There was
both,
a buzzer.
both questions? Did you solve both questions? Like, okay.
Wow.
Double check because you still have 2.5 minutes, huh?
that we're providing to our readers. I believe that there's an opportunity here to tell the story of whatever city that you're in, whatever county that you're in, and make a difference in that community through storytelling.
Today, the journalism industry faces many challenges. So, we're introducing the Google News Initiative, our effort to enable journalism to thrive in a digital age. It will enable new models for sustainable journalism, elevate quality journalism, and ensure that technology allows journalists to do their jobs even better. Because when journalism succeeds, we all do.
A newspaper is a vital force in a community, but the advertising model that newspapers lived off of for centuries is really, it's not there anymore. The Facebook membership accelerator has allowed us to focus on the value that we're providing to our readers. I believe that there's an opportunity here to tell the story of whatever city that you're in, whatever county that you're in, and make a difference in that community through storytelling.
Okay, we finished this investigation and we have one group. They might know which place that is. And what do you think?
We do hope it's the New York Public Library.
Imagine I would go to my editor-in-chief and say, I do hope it's really in Perugia. Who agrees, who disagrees? Hold on, I give you the mic.
Is it the Trinity College Library of Dublin? No?
So we have New York, we have Dublin, we have another maybe, or...
You're gonna...
Well, I was thinking it might be in New York Public Library because the chairs look very similar to the ones
Guys,
there.
Shh. Okay, so we had a third or a second New York Public Library?
So, New York, do you have another
What is your...
guess? Now we are guessing.
We guessed Harvard, but that's...
Okay, so it's none of these. I'm sorry. So only, like, yeah, one do you have an idea where it is? Okay. It's not increased. So to tell you, it is in Italy, but I'm not going to tell you where exactly, just as a reminder, because I saw some of you did the Google reverse image search. There are more powerful reverse image search tools like Yandex. Have that in mind also for the future quizzes, because that might help you to find the exact spot where similar shares or exactly these shares exist. So we keep it open, but it's in Italy. Yeah?
In Italy.
You need to double check. Like guessing in the newsroom, it's not really in favor of my bosses. Okay.
All right. Are you guys ready and happy for another one? Do you want to try another one? Yes? Okay. The next one, for the next one, we're going to give you, I think, 4 minutes. I'm just double checking.
3 minutes.
Three? Oh, okay. We have another 3-minute quiz. So once everyone's ready, I'll get over to the timer. Everyone ready? Okay, so I'm starting. Well, let me just rewind the timer. And you can click on the next link in 2, 1, and please. Whoa, there. Okay, there's already a buzzer right there. If you think you still have time to double check. But you buzzed in. Good. Oh, there's a second. Okay. Okay. Third buzzer. Great.
Did you press the buzzer? Okay, all 4.
So I hear we have all 4 groups have actually come to a conclusion. So the group number 3 over here was the first to buzz in. I heard you buzzing, yes. So I'm going to come over to you and ask you first of all, what's your solution and how did you find it?
Okay, so it's St. Pancras in London.
Sorry, can we please have some silence? Thank you.
And we googled no yoga escalator, and we found that it's in St. Pancras in London.
And you did a reverse image search, or you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that is actually right. That's correct. It's a point for group 3. Did the other groups? I know you buzzed in second. London, and did the same thing. Great. Apparently, it's really not allowed to do yoga in St. Pancras on the escalator. I don't know why, but I didn't try either. All right.
Okay, so surprise, now you have 4 minutes for the next challenge, but it might be that it's a little bit more tricky. So let's set the timer, and you can click on Avanti. Ich will das auch machen.
Force in a community, but the advertising model that newspapers lived off of for centuries is really, it's not there anymore. The Facebook membership accelerator has allowed us to focus on the value that we're providing to our readers. I believe that there's an opportunity here to tell the story of whatever city that you're in, whatever county that you're in, and make a difference in that community through storytelling.
Today, the journalism industry faces many challenges. So we're introducing the Google News Initiative, our effort to enable journalism to thrive in a digital age. It will enable new models for sustainable journalism, elevate quality journalism, and ensure that technology allows journalists to do their jobs even better. Because when journalism succeeds, we all do.
Oh.
Did you just buzz?
But double check. Double
All
check.
right.
No,
Double check.
maybe again.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and the
great.
second buzzer.
You still have 2 minutes, yeah?
Okay, guys, there's still a minute left to go.
Okay, group number 2 is also ready. Okay, we are done. 4 minutes are over, and I will pass over group number 4, and you please tell me the correct answer.
It's of course the famous Nubbelverbrennung, the 5th of March in Cologne.
Nice.
Let's see. We could see it was German by the Eisenbahn, and then there's a ton of Germans here. You could identify Cologne. Yeah, Einbahnstraße, ikke Eisenbahnstraße. Yeah. You could identify Cologne. So we had Cologne and that, and then I googled Fackelzug and Cologne, and then there was the Nubbelverbrennung, and then you found the metadata that made sure that it was on the 5th of March.
And did you check correct? Did you check what Nubbelverbrennung is?
No.
Yeah.
No, we know that in the last night of Carnival, there's a big, how do you say, a big puppet, that is burned to forgive you all the sins you've done. So that is the reason for all the fire you see in the picture now.
Yes, congratulations. That's totally correct. So yeah, you have the street signs. You have costumes, so that gives you also an idea where that might be. Also, sometimes we have the tendency to use examples from our hometown. So I'm from Cologne. So this also a real verification word, yeah. So to check the digital footprint, and of course, you have also like an advantage with the local expertise, yeah. And this is also something you have. So use the expertise in your team, in your friend circle, family circle, because that helps you when it comes to verifying in the real world. Great, so now we have like for each group 1 point, and we will come to the last challenge because the time is already done. But I mean, today is Saturday. Tomorrow we don't have an open quiz yet. We come back to that, but Monday we continue, right? So last challenge, and then we see who will win.
And I think it's another 4-minute challenge. So I'm going over to the timer again. Reset that one. Everyone ready on the quiz sheets? Yes. You can click Avanti now. Whoa. Oh, there was a buzzer. Okay. Go easy on the buzzer. Oh, and the second buzzer, group number 3. Well, you still have 3 minutes left to check and double check. Die gehe ich kurz noch durch und dann. Ich meine, sonst macht doch nichts. Ja, aber es geht ja ganz schnell. Das ist der Winner. Okay, das ist jetzt kein Eis, aber. Ja, das mache ich, danke. Ja. Ich mache das schnell. And the third, we have 3 buzzers. All right. And still about 2 minutes left. And we have 1 last minute to check and double check. And you buzzed again, all right? And we are done with the 4 minutes. So, oh, great music. Da-da-da-da-dum. Group number 4, I think, was the first one to buzz in this case. So, who wants to give me the answer?
Simon Bolivar.
Okay, and who is that?
I don't know.
Well, where does he sit on his horse? What did you do?
Buenos Aires. Okay. Because of the flags. Blue and white. And because I know the fucking place, but I don't remember its name. And it's a 8 street crossing, which made me mad.
All right. That is correct. You might not be in the exact right spot, but it's Buenos Aires. So you see, sometimes we post stuff from our holidays as well. How about the other two groups? I mean, you two buzzed, you buzzed even twice. And I'm not sure if I heard a buzz from your end, but how did the other groups come to the same or similar conclusions? Yeah? Buenos Aires? And yeah. I'm just going to say yeah. But that's right. And you also buzzed, right? So you also found it. Okay. You guys got stuck a little? Okay. Okay. Never mind. There you go. Sometimes, it takes a little more time. Sometimes you have the advantage of someone who's been there, who knows the place. It always differs, but that's also kind of the charm of it. Right. That gives us a decisive point. We'll talk about that in just a second. We're just gonna we have 3 more slides for you, just briefly to share a little bit more the experiences that we have from the quizzes. You saw it's all about difficulty and learning experiences. Sometimes it's even like we post the quiz and we think it's quite easy. People are gonna win it in no time, and then actually someone writes us back. He spends 30 minutes looking at bridges before actually finding the one that we thought was right in front of our eyes. Or as we say in German, some of these quizzes are no Ponyhof. They're not simple, because there might be an indicator, but then it leads you in a completely wrong direction. That's also the reason that we have a collection of some unsolved riddles that haven't been finished yet. So, you might even want to go through those. There's a Twitter collections, and you can check them out and, post your solution to it. And it's also about new and quotation marks old tools. You all did reverse image search on these quizzes, and I also saw some of you using Yandex over Google. Okay, because that's the point. I mean, we have that experience too. Yandex's soup is the greatest. We don't know where the material ends up, but it gets you really, really good results. It's really good at identifying even pictures that look very, very similar. But that doesn't mean that Google isn't good. It's rather, it depends very much on the situation. Because if you need to use keywords, so if you want to describe a situation, Google is a lot more powerful than Yandex. Yandex doesn't allow you to do that. So it really depends on the... No, never. But yeah, it's also kind of Yandex kills us because sometimes it takes somebody 5 seconds to find the solution. So, and the other one, just as an example, is map services. All of you know Google and Google Street View, Google Maps, which is great. But if you live in a place like Germany, there might not be Street View coverage everywhere. So sometimes there's another solution that helps you more, and there's an example from a Swedish option called Mapillary, which is basically crowdsourcing Street View images. So if you don't find it on Google Street View, you can try that or even other options. Right, and with that.
So, and we have one winner, and that is group number 4. And our prize is we are going to invite you all for a drink right after the session. So, just like last few words to sum it up. So you see also when you do it more often, it gets faster, it gets better. So verification is about practicing. So this is also the idea, like to now and then join Quiztime, because there's a selfie picture of the winner group. So that you keep on practicing this, that you also learn to understand what kind of tools are out there, but also to trust your gut feeling. Yeah, it's also like sometimes you start with something weird and it helps you. Yeah, so this is also something, and then collaborate. Yeah, so check out who's in your network, who's in your team, in your newsroom, friends, and use the expertise and come and follow us and have fun, and thank you very much.
And I'm just going to throw in a last word on the quiz, the link that you have with the quizzes that you just did. There are a few more on that, following that link. So you can go and train with those. We'll be posting them on the Quiztime channel, and we'd be very happy if you would add your ideas and solutions to those on the channel then as well. Today. That was yesterday. It hasn't been solved yet, so you can still solve that one too. Well, thank you for coming and enjoy the rest of your stay.